All right, we are live. Hi, guys. I feel like it's been a minute since I've gone live. I guess last week we didn't do this because there was other stuff going on. I don't remember. Oh, we had our geek out with Alex last week. Um, there's a lot that I want to say about this topic, so I'm going to just dive in. And I just have to get my screens ready so that I can see if you guys have questions. What I'm talking about tonight is how to be super ready to touch your new practice members online before they come in, before they have an in-person experience. How do you reach them effectively without staff, without somebody doing all of this for you? A lot of us have a busy practice and we don't necessarily have somebody answering the phone, and we want to make it so that if somebody's interested in care with us, they can still have this great experience without you having to answer the phone all the time, without you having to call them back, without you having to be involved with the process of the new client experience before they come in. Obviously, you're going to be involved with it once they get to your office, but before that, how do you do it? Okay, if I don't record this, Rachel's going to have my head. So we don't want that. So tonight we're talking about how to show up for your new practice members magnetically without having to call and deal with the phone and schedule. How do you get them to do as much as possible? And I'm going to tell you right now that it starts with saying, when somebody looks me up or hears about me or becomes intrigued about leaning into using me as a practitioner, whatever it is that the service that you offer is, what are they seeing? When was the last time you did what I'm calling an audit? When was the last time you did an audit of your new practice members seeing you for the first time, right? What do they see? What do they hear? Is it all still relevant? And I'm learning so much about this. Right now, for our community members, I'm offering free audits. So I'll go and I'll look at your voice. I'll listen to the voicemail that's on your machine. Or we don't have machines anymore, do we, you guys? I'm showing my age. I will look at your website and I'll see if it's congruent with what's on the messaging on the answer on the voicemail, right? I will look at your social media accounts and make sure that that matches everything. I'll make sure that there's consistency for people seeing it for the first time, because guess what? I'm seeing it for the first time. Chances are, if you're not already a client of mine, I'm seeing your stuff for the first time. So this is what we call the audit, and we do it for free for all of our community members because we want to make sure that you're on the right track. You know, there's no scam, there's no catch. The catch really is if you love the experience of having me look at your stuff and you want to work with us deeply, then you just let us know. That's the catch, right? So there is a bit of a qualifier. Like, we want to make sure that you're ready to invest in making your practice better. And if you're not, then we just send you free resources. So that's the audit. And I want to show you what I'm looking at. So if right now somebody calls my office, and this is the staffless system, they're going to hear something like, thank you for calling Light Source Chiropractic. If you're a new practice member, do this. If you're a current practice member, do this. All other callers are welcome to leave a message, but it's going to take time to get back to you because we don't do things via the phone, right? And we'll send them usually to my website. When they get to my website, I want to make sure that it's clear as day. There's no guesswork. There's no sifting through things, jumping and popping and all of the things, right? I want to make sure that it's super clear to them how to get what they came to your website looking for. Most of the time when I'm doing these audits with you guys, I'm seeing you say to me while you're filling out the application for the audit, my people find me by finding me online. Like, they've never met me before. They don't know me from a hole in the wall. And they check out what I'm doing because they saw me on Google, because they searched better health or family wellness or whatever it is. They landed on my website. But when they get to your website, is it really clear to them what to do? Is it, does it, Who is your website speaking to? Who are your social media accounts speaking to? Then I go down the breadcrumb trail of checking out your social media accounts, and I see all kinds of really pretty stuff, but none of it is relevant to what you're doing with your practice. So the general cadence with social media, especially with Instagram, is day one, you're going to say something about what you do, like a picture of you with a practice member, of course, compliantly, like get the written permission, or adjusting your kid if you're a chiropractor, or something with you at the office doing your thing. That's the first day. Or something about you at the office doing your thing. The second day is something that you're personally interested in. That's what you're going to post about. And the third day is something that you believe in supporting. So the first day is you, what you're doing in your practice. The second day is something that you believe that you are personally interested in. Like I would post about working out, or I would post about, I don't know, my puppy, or I would post about um, a historical moment in my town, something that I'm interested in. And then the third day, something that I want to support. So that's going to allow your audience to get to know you personally, but also to get to know you professionally. It's like a balancing act of those three. So what are you doing? If I go to your Instagram account right now, what am I going to see? Am I going to see all things that are personal? Am I going to see all things that are just you talking about what you do? There's got to be a blend of it. And, some of the doctors who we've been doing these audits for, they have these beautifully branded Instagram accounts, but they're all of them at work. If I'm going to reach out to a new wellness practitioner who is going to take care of me or one of my kids, I want to make sure that I know something about them personally. I want to feel connected to them, especially before I make the appointment. So those are and then what I'm going to do is wherever you're watching this video, I'll go ahead and drop the link to get an audit for your new client systems. The word audit is a little bit scary, but that's truly what I'm doing. I'm going in and I'm reviewing, what are people seeing? What am I seeing with a fresh set of eyes for the first time I look at your practice? What am I hearing? I'm actually calling your office, you guys, and I'm listening to what people are hearing on the phone. I'm finding that there are a lot of disconnects, which is to be expected. That's why we're doing what we're doing in Staffless Practice Academy. I'm finding that you guys need support tying it all together and putting your offer in front of your potential practice members in a way that says, I'm going to take really good care of you. And I know my stuff, and I've been doing this for a minute. Even if you're new, you've been studying it for at least 4 years, right? You've been a practice member for at least 4 years. You've got a lot more experience than the next guy on the bus who has nothing, who's a fresh set of eyes at all things chiropractic or PT or OT or whatever your craft is. I also want to just gently remind you to hold it lightly. So a lot of us are really white knuckling our way through practice. And what's that going to do? It's going to attract a lot of people white knuckling their way through the world. And you're going to be stressed when you're at work. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have staff supporting you at the office, you don't want to be stressed when you're at work. You want work to be your happy place. So if you can let go of the perfectionism and the need to do it the right way. You guys, there is no right way. The right way is your way. And the hardest thing to figure out is, how do you figure out what your way is? And generally speaking, it comes down to, who is your perfect practice member? Who do you want to serve? How do you want them to find you? And when they do find you, what are you going to do with them? Those are all of the questions we ask when we do these audits. So my offer to you on this lovely Monday evening is, if you would like to be the next person to receive an audit with yours truly, totally free. Again, what's the catch? The catch is that if you love what I share with you and you want to learn more, you lean in. And if you don't, totally cool. Cheers to you. Go have a great evening. Right? So you're going to see a link below where you're finding this. Let me take a peek. Let me look under the hood. Let me look at what you're saying to new practice members. Let me look at what somebody hears when they call your office, or let me take a listen. And if you have somebody answering the phone, which has happened a few times, let me have a chat with them and hear, what do they say to new practice members? I want to hear it. And I want to give you my feedback as somebody who's been at this for over a quarter of a century. That's a long time, you guys. I know what it takes to make people feel welcome when they're new in a practice, especially as a coach, especially as an author, especially as somebody who's running an online school. I know what you got to think about. So let me give you a few minutes. It takes like 3 or 4 minutes, and I send you a Loom video. I feel like when people come in to see me at my practice, here's the thing, you guys, I'm in practice. I'm going to my office tomorrow afternoon and serving 30 practice members in a matter of 2 hours. I'll walk in 10 minutes before I start, and I'll walk out 10 minutes after my last person's done. I'm walking my talk, okay? And when I go to my office and I have new practice members, they feel like they already know me. When they walk into my office, they say things like, I swear this place feels like I've been here before. Everything feels familiar to me. When they get off my table, they say, that was the coolest thing I've ever experienced, because I've made it all, I created it all for that person, for my perfect practice member. So let's start there. Let's start with, before somebody comes to your office, what do you want them to know? What do you want them to be sure of? What do you want to promise them? These are the things that we need to start thinking about. If you want me to do an audit for your practice, you're going to see a link below where you're watching this. Lean into it. It's a really great opportunity for you to learn a thing or two. If you are not ready to make changes for your practice, time, energy, and money, don't lean into this offer. Just continue to get free stuff from me. Because I'm giving it away, so grab it, you guys. Okay, I'm loving you guys from here. Go make the world better with great care, and I hope that was super helpful.